So in the last reel, I talked about how not tracking your condiments could be causing issues with additional calories. Now, if you're tracking your condiments, and it doesn't have to be exact, but if you're working with a coach, let them know, hey, these are the condiments I'm using, and then it becomes a known variable. However, if the coach or the person you're working with or you're not tracking those does not know, then it can create an issue. In the last reel, we talked about how 5 grams was 10 calories. If you use 30 grams, that means you're adding 60 calories per meal. If I have a client in a 200 to 250 calorie deficit and they're using 30 grams of that mustard per meal spread over 5 meals, that's 300 additional calories that are unaccounted for if I don't know they're using them. That means they are now either in a 50 to 100 calorie surplus, making it difficult to lose weight. Although it seems very minuscule, if the variables are not accounted for, it's a big reason that people see weight stall and then can't figure out why it's happening. The same goes for all the bites, licks, and nibbles that you might come across through a day. Oh, coworkers brought crumble cookie. I'm not going to eat a whole cookie. Let me just eat a bite. Well, in an entire crumble cookie, you're anywhere from 700 to 1,000 calories. A serving size for a crumble cookie is a quarter of a cookie. I don't know who eats a quarter of a cookie, but it's not most people, which means you taking a bite is damn near a quarter of that cookie. That's almost 200 calories alone. So as you can see, they stack up very quickly when things aren't accounted for. Again, if you let the person you're working with know or you're tracking, and it doesn't have to be meticulous if you're not trying to get to a very specific goal, but if you are, these are big things that have to be accounted for. Otherwise, it seems like you're just not losing weight. But what's really happening is you have a high amount of unaccounted for calories that are pulling you out of a deficit. Most coaches are not going to put you in a 500, 600, 700 calorie deficit unless you're in show prep or just really getting ready for something in a short period of time. It's typically a couple hundred calories, and you can blow that out of the water in a very short period if you're not accounting for certain things. That's why it's important to make sure that when you are really trying to get those last few pounds off, or you are staying really on top and diligent of your weight loss, that you account for these types of things. Either keep them in as a known variable and work around them, or make sure that you are tracking them at the very minimum so you know exactly where you're at.